my child. It's so good to see you. Come in out of the cold. You know how cold the cave entrance is. Come into the library. The fire is already roaring, and we have a couple candles. Let me know if you need some more light. Oh, it's so good to see you. Oh, sit down, get comfortable, please. I want to hear everything. Absolutely everything you've been up to in the last couple weeks. I cannot believe it's been almost 3 weeks since our last visit. Not that I'm complaining. I always love seeing you. Ah, yes, get comfortable. Let me pour you some tea. There you go. You shall take 2 lumps of sugar and a little dash of milk. Alrighty. Now, please do tell me everything that's been going on. How are you doing with your new family? Well, I guess they're your old family now. You've been with them how long? Ah, that's right. And all is going well with them? I'm so glad to hear it. You know, I looked at candidates for your placing very carefully. You do understand why you couldn't stay here, right? I'm a very solitary dragon, and we would have gotten on each other's nerves so quickly. Alright, as long as you don't blame me, my child. It's simply my nature. Ah, you've been thinking of being more solitary yourself. Well, that's a big decision. I would recommend learning from your dragon family a little bit longer before striking out on your own. But it is your life, and I will support you in whatever you decide to do. You have grown into a beautiful dragon, if I may say so. Very strong, very courageous, and very powerful, I have no doubt. And you also look tired? Are you getting enough sleep? Enough to eat, maybe? Would you like something? No, just tired. Alright then. Poor thing. You look exhausted. I know it is a bit of a long flight. Oh, and you're new. Of course, your wings can't fly as long as us. By us, I mean older dragons. You'll get there, child. I don't want you to strain yourself for me. Is that why you haven't come to visit in so long? You're too tired? No. It's alright. If I wasn't so old, I would lift these weary wings and fly to visit you, but goodness, that rowdy family of yours, I couldn't survive a night. Well, you are free to rest as much as you want while you're here. In fact, why don't you curl up in front of the fire? I can put you to sleep. Well, would you like me to sing to you? Perhaps one of the old dragon nursery rhymes. Or I know, I can tell you a story. Curl up, curl up. Alright, a story from my very favorite human-turned-dragon. Well, let's begin with a creature. It's the very best place to begin, but it cannot be a dragon, no, nor a human, because you know too much about them. It has to be something you know very little about. What about an axolotl? Don't laugh at me, my child. Do you know much about them? No, so they could be magical, for all you know. And this particular one is. Not magical so much, but maybe on the evil side. Perhaps a little demonic. An axolotl demon, perhaps. Oh, come along. What makes a good story is that it's unexpected. So now we have our main character. Now, this particular axolotl was born of a river. Shh, I'm the one making the story. You can pitch in when I ask for your opinion. But curl up, get comfy, and let the story begin. That's right. Just relax and let me tell you about our little axolotl demon. Well, This particular axolotl was born of the river, like I said. A river stone rolled up on the bank. It was a magic stone. It was blessed by a witch. Because I said so, that's why. Now, this particular witch didn't just bless any random stones. No. She blessed particular stones and threw them into the water, and the waves tumbled them down throughout the centuries. The witch did this because she knows one day those little rocks will hatch into little baby axolotls, and those axolotls will go on a great adventure. But we're only going to focus on one. That's right, the demon axolotl. Is it really a demon? Or does it do strange things that others think it to be? Oh, hush. No. This little axolotl hatched of the river stone on a full moon. Because you know full moons are the most magical nights. It broke out of its little shell and opened its little eyes to greet the world. Now, most axolotls need water to live, but this one did not. No. He crawled up on the bank. But then he thought, oh, maybe I should go back to my shell. So he went back to his shell, and inside the shell he found a little tiny rock. But it was a magical rock. It was a magical rock that the little axolotl could use to protect itself. Kind of like a weapon, kind of like a shield. It depended on what the axolotl needed for it. Alrighty. So the axolotl took its little rock and crawled out into the big world all by himself. And he was very scared at first, of course, because little axolotls don't know much when they hatch right out of their shells. I don't know if most axolotls hatch from shells, but this one did. It was a magical axolotl. Anyway, a big bird was going to pick it up and carry it away. But it had its magic stone, and it held its magic stone over its little axolotl head and said, "Go away, bird." And the bird saw the magic stone, and it was very scared of the magic stone, and so it flew away. But it dropped something when it flew away. The little axolotl scared it so much, it dropped whatever it was carrying. So the little axolotl crawled over and was like, "Hello? Is anybody there?" It had dropped a cat. And the little axolotl was very frightened, because cats can be rather big and rather scary. But this particular cat was very kind. Its name was Sticks, and Sticks said, "Hello, my name is Sticks." The little axolotl was quite confused about what to do about this cat, because of course it had never seen cats before, but it knew that it had its magical stone. So he held up his magical stone and said, "Don't hurt me, I have a magical stone." But the cat said, "I'm not going to hurt you. I'm Sticks, and I'm kind." And, well, the little axolotl was quite confused, because until this point he'd only met hostile creatures. So he said, "What is kind?" And Sticks smiled and said, "I'll show you. I will be your friend, and I will help you on whatever you want to do, since you helped me by scaring away the bird." And the axolotl was like, "Oh, okay." So the two wandered off together, and they walked down pathways, and they crossed over streams, and they even found a quarry full of snakes. But Sticks hissed at the snakes, and they all slithered away. The axolotl didn't even have to use his stone. And the axolotl saw that what being a friend was all about was helping each other. Hush, 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 the story's not over. They have yet to meet one more friend. Now, they had many journeys together, and so they spent many nights sleeping on the ground, under trees. Sticks sometimes slept in a tree because he rather liked climbing, but the baby axolotl's feet were too small, so he could not climb a tree. And he did not like Sticks picking him up. So he would sleep under the tree, and Sticks would sleep in the tree whenever they were close enough to a tree. on this particular night, the axolotl went out to get something to eat. So he went down to a creek, and he got something to eat, and when he came back, Sticks was in a tree, and there was a big dog barking at Sticks. And Sticks was stuck in the tree because Sticks was very afraid of the dog. So, the little axolotl was like, Sticks is my friend, and being friend means helping, so I'm gonna help. So the little axolotl crawled over and held up his stone and said, "Get away from him, you big dog." Now the dog was quite confused, so he turned around and he saw this little axolotl holding up a stone, and he said, "Who are you, and why are you holding up a stone at me?" And the little axolotl said, "I am an axolotl," because the axolotl had not yet learned his name. And the dog said, "What's an axolotl?" And the axolotl said, "Obviously me." And Sticks up in the tree said, "Oh, no, it's okay, axolotl. This guy is our friend. His name is Abyss." And Sticks climbed down out of the tree and said, "Abyss and I are old friends, meaning we met long before I met you. We've journeyed together many, many times. He usually traps me in a tree just for fun. He likes to give me hugs, and I don't rather like hugs." Axolotl nodded because axolotls understand personal space. The little axolotl was like, "It's nice to meet you, Abyss." And Abyss was very kind and patted the little axolotl on the head and said, "It's quite nice to meet you as well." So the three of them curled up together. The little axolotl assumed that an old friend meant a new friend for him and accepted him into their little adventuring group. So, the next morning, the three of them set off together, and the little axolotl found it was much easier keeping up with Sticks when he was riding on Abyss, their new dog friend. So off they went on adventure after adventure after adventure. And eventually, they stumbled into a very, very big cave. You want to guess whose cave that was? That's right. And I look down and I see a little axolotl with a very small stone, and a dog, who I believe is a hound, and a cat. And I say, "Well, hello there." And they do not say anything because they are animals and I cannot understand them. But I did find it strange that the three of them were traveling together. And I did find it strange that the little axolotl had a stone. So I brought them some food, some milk for the cat, some meat for the dog, and whatever I could scrounge up for the axolotl. I didn't quite know what axolotls ate, so I just got some of everything. It seemed to like some chamomile tea. But anyway, the next morning, when I came out to check on them, they were gone. Off on another adventure. But such a thing sticks with you, and I do wonder from time to time who they were. You know what I think? I think the axolotl. Because it's supposed to be an ocean creature, but it was on land. I think it was magical enough to learn to fly. Maybe it would even turn into a dragon. And it would take the cat and the dog on its back and fly away into the sky. I sometimes think I see that axolotl now and again. On December 11th. Quite confusing. That's what made me think of it. I do see him from time to time. So I like making stories about the things I see. I'm glad you enjoyed listening to it. Bit of a strange story, but, well, whatever relaxes you. Deep breath. It's okay. I'm really, really glad that you came to visit me. I hope you liked my story, and I hope you sleep well. But you should go to sleep now, Go on. Go to sleep. Good night.